phone line. Steve, Indiana, your question or thought. Steve, Indiana.
Yes, man. Thank you for having me.
Sure.
I'm one of probably millions watching from home, and I try to put myself in what the actual juror may think and hear. We've heard a lot regarding maybe the mindset of George Zimmerman being the neighborhood watchman and what he was thinking when he saw Trayvon. My question is, why is the description that Trayvon Martin gave, being a creepy, excuse my language, ASS cracker, why is that not being talked about so much? Because to me that's very relevant, because that to me shows a hostile attitude towards the man that turned out to be George Zimmerman.
All right.
And also...
Okay, well, Steve, let's just do one question at a time. I want to throw that out to Tanya Young-Williams. You're an attorney, and I want to give you an opportunity to deal with that one.
Well, I think no one wants us to hear. No one wants to hear that type of language. However, when someone is following you and you are afraid, very often you will say things that you might not otherwise say. So the fact that Trayvon allegedly called this man that word, I don't think that's a big deal. I don't think it's something for us to look at. But it seemed to be a hostile environment with Trayvon trying to hide from George Zimmerman, who was hunting him down.
Frank Taaffe, former neighbor of George Zimmerman and supporter.
I'm a cracker. And, you know, that language, I'm wondering, in that scenario, who had the depraved mind?
Well, you know what? I want to jump in here,
Frank,
because
that's ridiculous.
That's
ridiculous? You heard what Rachel said today.
Okay, but let me say this, Frank.
I'm just curious as to who had the depraved mind during that.
Well, let me just say this. If you're talking about a depraved mind, let me just say this.
I wonder who the aggressor was. I wonder who had the injuries sustained to his back of his head.
The depraved mind doesn't really matter right now because Trayvon Martin is dead and not on trial. So Zimmerman's state of mind is relevant, not Trayvon Martin, because he shot and killed him.
Broken nose.
Come on, Trayvon's dead. If you want to talk injuries.
I'm not dehumanizing Trayvon. I myself have lost 2 sons in the last 5 years. Hear me out. I'm not dehumanizing Trayvon at all. Let me make that clear. I'm saying that at that moment in time, he became the aggressor, the thug that he was. He went MMA style on top of George.
You know what?
And he started pounding George's head. George's statements are consistent with his injury.
Frank, you haven't said anything.
Hold on. Okay, Frank, you have saved your piece. You have to let other people talk. Okay.
Well, I want to hear.
All right, you've said your piece. Okay, I want to give Tanya a chance to respond, then John, then Dana.
Okay.
Tanya.
Thank you very much, Jane. My position is this. It's not about Trayvon having a depraved mind, because right now he's not on trial. He's dead. So we're more focused on what was in Zimmerman's mind. That being said, if you have someone who is following you, and you are scared, your mindset is, I'm going to protect myself. Your mindset is, I probably don't like that person. I don't like that person who is following me. Someone is following him, Frank. Maybe in your community, No, Frank, that's not what he says. Frank, that's not what the testimony is.
First of all, this is something that has occurred to me. Okay, hold on. Time out.
It doesn't make sense. Use common sense.
I want to point out something, because you said something that I saw on tape that we played in a bump, and I thought, And you were saying that George Zimmer was trying to stop burglaries in the neighborhood. Let's make it clear. Trayvon Martin was not doing anything but buying Skittles and a soft drink and walking back from the 7-Eleven to the home where his father was staying with his girlfriend. Let me finish. And he had earbuds on, and he was talking to his girlfriend. That is established beyond, and nobody is challenging that. He's talking to his, not girlfriend, friend on the phone, this star witness. Now, that is not something somebody does if they're up to no good. People don't talk to friends on the phone in the rain if they have another agenda. They would not be talking to a friend on the phone. Do you see what I'm saying?
That now?
Okay.
You allow me to retort? Okay. The first place he sees Trayvon is up in my yard. Okay? It's a rainy night. What is Trayvon doing up in my yard? He's cutting through the buildings, and he looks suspicious. And yet, on February 2nd, which was one of the 911 calls that was played in court today, George called in another young black male who was prowling and loitering up in my house and looking in my house. And Mr. O'Mara asked on redirect on cross to Ramona Rump if she knew that suspect was apprehended, and she had no idea who he was. That was the African American living in our neighborhood.
What made him look suspicious? What made him look suspicious in your mind just because he was walking through your yard? How many? As a kid,
because he was out of place.
We don't even have any verification that anybody was walking through Frank's yard. Let's make that
clear. He had a right to be there, Frank. He had a right to be there, and that's why Zimmerman shot him because of mind.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.